This is one-on-one session with the ForumIAS founder and director 𝐂𝐡𝐚𝐬𝐫𝐢𝐻𝐻𝐻. In this session, students are asked questions to test their preparedness for the personality test. One-on-one sessions are not mock panel sessions.
All right, Abhigyan, can we begin with a brief introduction of yours?
Yes, sir. So, my name is Abhigyan Malviya. I was born in deoghar district in Jharkhand. I did my schooling from Patna, Bihar. After that, I went for graduation in chemical engineering from IIT Guwahati. Post my graduation in 2018, I decided to go for research, and I worked as research assistant in TU Berlin in Germany for a couple of years. After that, in 2020, I returned to India and started my preparation for civil services.
So, Abhigyan, you went to Germany, you were working there perfectly all right. What made you come back to India and prepare for civil services?
Yes, sir. So, after my graduation, I had decided I want to do something to contribute back to community. And for that, there were many options, and I was interested in research. But after working there for a couple of years, I realized that a career should be something that one enjoys, that I am encouraged to work for, and that's something that energizes me to wake up every day and go for it. But my relationship with research was something more like a hobby, which I enjoyed in the short term, but I did not want to pursue it for long term. So after that, I realized that because of lack of passion also, I'm not the person, research is not my cup of tea.
What does Abhigyan, your name, mean?
Yes, sir. So, etymologically, Abhigyan is made up of Abhi and Gyan. So, that means someone with great intelligence. But the word is derived from a famous play by great playwright Kalidas named Abhigyan Shakuntala. If we go by that play, then the meaning it comes out to recognize something.
Abhigyan, what is the reason that you have been already working in research? Tell me why US has a WhatsApp, US has Meta, US has, Tesla, all the innovation happening in US.
Yes.
When will we have an Indian Tesla? Until we are importing them or taking the license to produce them. Yes. When will we invent something like Tesla? When will we create the next Facebook, the next WhatsApp? Why we are not able to do it?
So the one-line answer will be that inventions are not created at factories but at schools. So if we have to make inventors or researchers, we have to start by focusing on our education and instilling a curiosity amongst children. In US, for example, the focus in school level is more on learning and more on asking questions as compared to more of a rote learning mechanism which goes on in our country. So that is one challenge that we have to tackle. Apart from that, it goes without saying that US funds a lot of its research. The GERD of India is just 0.7% compared to 3% of US GDP. So that is another bottleneck. Thirdly, we also have the issue of brain drain from our country. So even if we look at some of the innovations, they are partly because of Indians who have migrated there. And fourthly, again, our focus on women is another bottleneck that we face. So these are the reasons that we are not able to come up with Tesla or new. But the future is quite positive, and we are also making great strides, especially when it comes to nuclear tech or renewable energy, which has come out as our niche areas of innovation.
Abhigyan, it is said that the steam engine was a revolution. After that, in the field of power production, it is merely an evolution. Why is it?
Yes, sir. So, steam engine was a revolution because it was an idea which was unknown till that point of time in the world. So, when this idea was started by James Watt that we can boil water and that powers the engine, it led to its use in different sectors. Whereas after that, we have just been trying to improve on its use, and that remains that it is an evolution.
Including nuclear energy?
Yes, sir. Nuclear energy, again, the basic principles are quite different. So it can be said to be a revolutionary step. But when we talk about its implications or its application, we are still using it for generating electricity, which again makes use of steam engines. So,
Abhigyan, you are from Deoghar.
yes, sir.
What is Deoghar famous for?
Yes, sir. So it is famous for two things. First is the Baba Baidyanath temple, which is also a Jyotirling. And secondly, the peda is quite famous. It is a sweet locally made.
Every year there is Kamar Yatra in Deoghar?
Yes.
Which month does it take place?
So it takes place in the Saka month of Shravan. In the calendar, it will be across August and September.
You've also done your chemical engineering from IIT Guwahati.
Yes, sir.
Abhigyan, so you've lived in Assam. Did you ever happen to speak to a tea garden worker? What is the kind of tea they have in Assam?
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware of the kind of.
Did you ever drink tea there?
Sir, I did buy a local tea, but I'm not aware
What do they
of
call
the
tea there?
specifics.
They call chai, or there's a different kind of teas made there?
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware of.
What I'm aware is the locals often drink lal chai.
Yes, sir. But that is chai.
Yes. Can you tell me what are the challenges that tea workers face there?
Yes, sir. Sir, one of the major challenges is that they are overexploited in those tea plantations. There are often cases that they are not paid even the bare minimum wages. Secondly, there are also issues of political representation, because many times it is seen that they are being wooed by different political parties for vote appeasement. So these are, apart from that, I'm not aware of
What is
it.
the Assam Accord?
Yes, sir. So the Assam Accord was signed in 1985.
Who was the Prime Minister?
Rajiv Gandhi was the Prime Minister. And it had many clauses, including that the refugees which have come from Bangladesh after the liberation war of 1970s, they will be isolated and something will be done of that crisis. Secondly, there was also Article 6, which focused on maintaining the cultural heritage of Assam. And as per that, IIT Guwahati was also set up.
Alright, we have been reading some detective fiction.
Yes, sir.
What are some of your favorite authors and books?
So my favorite author is Agatha Christie. Apart from that, I also admire Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's novels. And in Indian authors, I have read Shraddhendu Chattopadhyay's Byomkesh Bakshi. So some of the novels of Agatha Christie would be Murder on the Orient Express and then Divanat.
Agatha Christie, is he or
She.
you also love to watch and play tennis?
Yes, sir.
Tell me 2 or 3 things that you have learned from tennis as a sport.
Yes, sir. Sir, 3 things. First, most importantly, tennis teaches you to accept defeat. In games, especially in individual game like tennis, the sole responsibility and accountability for defeat falls on an individual. So it teaches us how to react to that, and also makes us understand the bigger picture and importance of sports, which is to enjoy the sport. Secondly, I think that tennis also makes us better problem solvers, because on court it is all about facing a new opponent, all about trying to amend to their tactics, trying to adapt to their playing style, and forming solutions to the questions asked. So that is another thing which we learn. And thirdly, I would say that tennis also teaches us perseverance, because one is not going to win all the tournaments, and we have to keep persevering to be a better sports person.
Alright, Abhigyan, your interview is over.
Okay, sir.